Yeah. So, the whole teaching is meant to shift attention to what you really are, to recognize myself as nothing but pure consciousness. In Nididhyasanam, what you etc. you do is the same thing. Once you have got an insight through the teaching, you bring in the teaching into the knowledge that you have gained at your seat, independently by yourself at your seat of meditation. So, Nididhyasanam is not just quietening the mind, it is not even going into samadhi. You don't even try to go into samadhi in Nididhyasanam. In Nididhyasanam, you are recalling the teaching into your mind in its pure essence, like how we did in the practice a couple of times. We brought it into the meditation. So, once you do that, your mind is soaked in that knowledge. And when the mind is soaked in that knowledge, the knowledge does not go out of sight for you or out of mind. Otherwise, in the beginning, it seems to come and go. Because you're concerned with, you're doing a lot of things in life. And all actions are concerned with names and forms. Remember, when you're doing something, it's always with names and forms. So, your attention can shift from the content to names and forms. So, what we are trying to do is refocus back, so that even when you are dealing with names and forms, you don't miss the content. Like when you are dealing with a kurta, you don't miss the cloth. When you are dealing with an ornament, you don't miss the gold. So, like this, in my day-to-day life, when I am dealing with things, I don't miss the reality. This is the whole attempt. So, for that, Nididhyasanam, as we said last time, is an aid. Remember, the knowledge takes place in Shravanam, not in Nididhyasanam. In Nididhyasanam, there is no new knowledge. In any form of meditation, there is no new knowledge. Knowledge you gained in Shravanam. That knowledge you are soaking in Nididhyasanam. Because it's important to understand this, that knowledge takes place only when you are using a means of knowledge. Perception, inference, comparison, deductive logic, cognizing things that are not there, and Shabda, the word, which is meant to give you knowledge of yourself. So, unless one of these means of knowledge is used, there is no real knowledge taking place. Now, some yogis, that we say, claim to sit in meditation and know things. How does that happen? Okay, it's important to see that. How does that happen? This happens because you are connecting your individual mind with the cosmic mind. Because it's actually, your individual mind is part of the cosmic mind. But the sense of identification is so strong that you take yourself as a very limited entity. So, in the cosmic mind, all knowledge exists. When you are connecting up through a meditative process to the cosmic mind, you are getting some insights. Remember, you will never get all the knowledge that is there in the cosmic mind. Why? This mind is too small to be able to hold that knowledge. That knowledge is too vast. This pokey little mind and brain cannot hold that knowledge. It's too, it will blow your mind up. Literally, if you try to download the whole knowledge that is there, you will go crazy, I am telling you. I am not joking. I have seen it happening to people. They just can't handle that. but you will get some insights. And when you get insights, how is it like? Remember, you are now going to get whole knowledge, but you will gain insights. Now that insights can come, now you're driving through somewhere. Suddenly you are looking into a house. You see something that's happening there. Do you get the full picture of what's happening? Or you get only some small aspect of what's happening? Similarly, when you connect up with the cosmic mind, this is what happens. You will get a small picture of it, which, since you have been thinking on those areas and this thing, will give you some more knowledge. But it is never complete. Now for this, you can use various tools. Okay. One is meditation. Okay. Yeah, inspiration for art also happens in the same manner. Yeah. There are various tools. Okay. One of them is this. Some of you will recognize what is this. This is a small tool. Okay. Some of you may be familiar with what is known as a pendulum. Use a pendulum to get answers. All of you have heard about astrology, which is a very sophisticated tool. So all these are tools to gain an insight into the knowledge that is there. But they are not treated like pramanas, because in perception there is a definiteness about it. This is a phone. Is it an insight, or is you definite this is a phone? Yeah. Can you all hear me? But can you all see me as well, or no?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Your feet.
Yeah, because I think the connection is a bit weak. Yeah. So all these are only insights that you are getting. Why is it not called a pramana? Because there is no what do you call definiteness about it. Like this phone, it's only an insight that it is a phone. There is a definiteness about it because you are seeing it. But in any other way you are getting it, there is no definiteness. That's number one. Number two, it is not available for everyone. It's not available for everyone. Yeah. Since it is not available for everyone, we cannot universally say it's a pramana. So only what is available and what can be used by everyone will we say that it is a pramana. Yep, this is better. Yes. So keeping this in mind, okay, keeping this in mind, let us go further, okay, to see what the whole thing is about. We also saw a bit of the 7th verse. Okay, we had said, "Sa sarvajnaha sarvavid mahima bhuvi divya brahmapurehi esha yomni atma pratishtita." Sarvajnaha sarvavid. I said last time also that the term sarvajna is used independently. If either term is used, sarvajna or sarvavid, it means the same thing. Sarvajna, one who knows everything. Sarvavit, one who knows everything. With, to know, from with to know, or jnaha, to know. The roots are different, but the meaning is the same. So it will mean the same thing. When they are both used together, then it stands for Ishvara. Sarvajnaha, one who has a general knowledge about everything, general awareness about everything. I am aware of everything, that way. And Sarvavit, one who knows details of everything. Like if you and I become wise people, we are not going to know Sanskrit automatically. पढ़ना पड़ता है, रगड़ना पड़ता है थोड़ा. We are not going to know it automatically. If we, what do you call, we know, we have become wise, we know the truth. You are not going to know everything about physics. You are not going to know everything about physics. That you will have to know. Physics you will have to learn. Because we don't know the details of everything. Since we don't know the details of everything, that term, Sarvajnaha Sarvavid, the one who knows details, why don't we know the details even though I know I am consciousness? And consciousness is one. Consciousness is one, it illumines everything. Details are picked up by the mind. My pokey little mind cannot handle the details of the whole cosmos. That only Ishvara's mind can handle. The cosmic mind can handle. The Hiranyagarbha alone can handle that. Therefore, the cosmic mind handles that. So, Sarvajnaha, Sarvavid, that is Ishvara. Esha Mahima Bhuvi. The whole creation is His glory. The whole creation is nothing a manifestation of Ishvara. Therefore, it is Ishvara's glory alone. Divyai Brahmapure Esha Vyomni Atma Pratishtita. And where do you meet that consciousness? Brahmapure. Brahmapuri किधर है? Puri मालूम है किधर है करके? I'm talking of Puri Jagannath, okay? Not Puri, the one that you eat. Okay. The Puri, you know. Brahmapuri. Brahmapuri is yourself, your own mind. The I. In that I, it is Pratishtita. Vyomne. Esh. In the space of Brahmapuri, that's your own heart, that's your own Buddhi Guha. There it is manifest, is Pratishtita, it's very well established. Why isn't it not established all over? Of course, established all over, but where do you recognize? You can't look at there, here and say, hey, here is Brahman. There is no Brahman. 6 inches above my head, there is a light, very special light. Do you all see it? Be very objective. Do you see that light 6 inches above my head? Do you see my hand? How do you see my hand unless light is reflected from my hand to your eyes?
So it is open up this tunnel.
That means what? You cannot see Brahman out here. You have to say, I am Brahman. Main hoon. You have to say that. So Upalabdhisthanam, where do you recognize Brahman? Not out there, here. Therefore, it is presented as Upalabdhisthanam Pratitishthata, very well established. Very well established. The one that is the basis for the whole creation is available right here as I. That is why he says, Manomaya Prana Sharira Neta. Yeah. It's guided by what? Manomaya, your mind, emotions. Pranaha, your energy systems. Shariram. Pratishoto anne hridayam sannidhaya. Hridayam sannidhaya. It is also seated hridaye, the heart. Heart is another way of putting Brahmapuri, okay? Or Buddhi Guha. Heart means, you will use it in English, isn't it? What is the heart of the matter? You expect to see a heart beating. You are discussing the problem of inflation in India. You say, what is the heart of the matter? You expect to see a heart there pumping away? You mean, what is the core issue involved? What is the core issue involved? So similarly here, heart means the core of what you are. The core of what you are, where you take, what you take yourself as the I, that I is nothing but consciousness. The core of what you are. Okay. Tad vijnanena, okay, and pratishtita hridayam, okay. Anne pratishtita, he says, in the body also pratishtita. Anne means the body, annamaya kosha. Or anne can mean the world that you experience, the food that you eat, the water that you taste, the forms that you see, the sounds that you hear, all this is annam, the physical universe. Pratitishthata, it is there also, because all these are manifestations of existence of consciousness. And that he says, tad vijnanena paripashyanti dhiraha. Vijnanena paripashyanti. How do you see that? Not with your gross eyes, not with your eyes. Vijnanena. Yes, Swamiji, I heard about Jnana Chakshuhu. Yes, Jnanam eva Chakshuhu, Jnana Chakshuhu. Knowledge itself is the eye. But Swamiji, with the pramana you gain knowledge. How will you see with knowledge? So when he says Vijnanena paripashyanti, that's why he didn't say Jnanena paripashyanti. He said Vijnanena paripashyanti. It is understood that Shankara says here, the knowledge that emerged from the instruction of the scriptures and the teacher. For an adhikari, that also he mentions. An adhikari, one who is well qualified. What is the qualification? Viveka, Vairagya, etc. Samadama, Shat Sampatti, all that. Mumukshutvam, one who has that. When he is taught by a sampradaya with teacher, and the sampradaya with teacher has to teach the Shastra, because Shastra is a pramanam. If Shastra is a pramanam, why do you need a teacher? Because the Shastra has to be unfolded by someone who has a vision of the whole. So that way. So the Shastra becomes necessary. Therefore, when you get that, when Vijnanena paripashyanti dhira. And put it this way, your eye can see only what your mind knows. You know, there's a doctor in this group here. Sunita Savla is here, okay? So both of us were sitting and having a cup of coffee somewhere. Okay? Both of us were sitting and having a cup of coffee. स्टोरी है, सुनीता को अभी नहीं तो सोचेगी मेरे को एक कप कॉफ़ी नहीं पिलाया स्वामी जी अभी तक. बुलाया आया नहीं. Okay. So we are having coffee, and suddenly a girl walks in. I'm looking at her and thinking, what a fair girl. My God, very difficult for Indians to have this fair color. Sunita is looking at the same color and looking at me and saying, what an anemic girl. She's suffering from anemia. Lack of hemoglobin in her blood. Now, both of us are seeing the white color, no? But she is seeing more. Why? Because there is more here. Vijnanam. But medicine is there. Therefore, she recognizes anemia. I only see white color, fair color. And if I was a typical man, I would say, a bit too fair for my liking. Okay. So a tan is good. If I am talking like a typical man, okay. Which I don't. For me, all colors and fine. Fine. White, black, blue, red, whatever. That's fine. Okay. So that apart, what your mind knows. Therefore, once you are exposed to the teaching, you recognize what you are. Vijnanena paripashyanti. But two things necessary. Qualified student, qualified teacher. Okay. Yeah, qualified student, qualified teacher. Only then it clicks. Any one of them is lacking, it's difficult. It'll click, it'll take some time. Yeah. If the teacher is a Sampradaya teacher, then it works well. Yeah. A Sampradaya teacher is something simple. One who has the tradition of teaching, Sampradaya. What is the tradition of teaching? Through finite words, can you reveal the infinite truth? If you know how to do that, you are a Sampradaya teacher. Otherwise, you are presenting it as a theory that some practice is necessary, and at the end of the practice, you will get it. Forgetting that we are talking about you, what you really are. I, what I am. It is not a process of transformation or change. Transformations happen at the mental level. Yes, I accept it. Growth happens, transformation happens. You are not the same person anymore. All that is at the mind level of the mind, not at the level of I. I is I. What you are is you are. That doesn't change. Therefore, one who can reveal that through words, that's a Sampradaya teacher. And if the student is equally good as a adhikari, knowledge happens like this. Yeah. And the question of only making it part of your life. Then what happens? Anandrupam amrutam yad vibhati. How is that consciousness? Anandarupena vibhati. It shines, it reflects, it manifests as what? Anandarupam, as nothing but fulfillment. It's the limitlessness itself that is manifest. When the limitlessness is manifest in your mind, you recognize it as Ananda. It's all nothing but fulfilled. You are a fulfilled being. As you are a fulfilled being. You don't need anything to make you happy. You can do things. Yeah, because you recognize that some things are necessary. Or it gives you a joy to do it. But that means, is my joy increasing because I am doing that? Not really. That activity is only manifesting the joy that you already are. You know, there is a great Himalayan master, Grand Guru, Tapovan Maharaj. He is called, actually his name was Swami Tyagananda Tapovanam. Okay. His name was Swami Tyagananda Tapovanam. He was Swami Chinmayananji's Vidya Guru. Okay. Swami Chinmayananji's Vidya Guru he was. Okay. Swami Chinmayanji took his sannyasa from Swami Shivananda, but his learning he did with Tapovan Maharaj. And he used to love roaming around in the Himalayas. When it is winter, he will come to Uttarkashi in winter time. Okay? Uttarkashi is about 100 miles from Rishikesh. Or maximum, if he knew that Vishnu Devananji was there, Swami Shivananda and all were there in Rishikesh, he would come down up to Rishikesh to meet them. Otherwise, he is roaming all over the Himalayas. He used to love doing it. Why? Gave him a joy. Did he need it to give him joy? His Ananda was not dependent on it. His Ananda was not dependent on it. Yeah. But it manifested like that. And he'll go to Tapovan. There's a place called Tapovan. Okay. There's a place called Tapovan. For that you have to go to Gangotri. From Gangotri you have to trek to Gomukh. From Gomukh you have to cross the glacier, the Gomukh glacier. And on the other side there's a beautiful plateau, very beautiful plateau. That is called Tapovanam. He used to go there. So beautiful, so beautiful. And what would happen? He will sit down on a rock and go into Samadhi. I would have been tempted to wake him up and ask him, you came to see the place, why are you going in Samadhi? You came to see Tapovanam, na? Why are you going into Samadhi? See, na? Look at it, have a good look, watch around. No. Ananda outside, Ananda inside. That's it. Because he used to do a lot of meditations, his mind would slip into Samadhi. Yeah. Ananda you always are. Whether you are in Samadhi or sitting outside, functioning in the world. Yeah, you are Ananda. How does that change? You can go through miserable experiences also and still be Ananda. Right? Experience is miserable, na? The experience, you are Ananda going through a miserable experience. Why should it make you miserable? Most of our trekking in the Himalayas is like that. Aching, blistered feet, aching shoulders, rotis cooked over the fire directly, half burnt, half raw, canned food. At home you will not even look at these things. But on the trek, oh, what fun it was, great fun. Great fun. Blistered feet is fun. Aching shoulders, carrying all that weight is fun, your tent and everything. But you'll come, great fun. Why? Because even in a miserable experience, you can be Ananda. Your experience proves that, no? Even in a miserable situation, you can be nothing but Ananda. That is the beauty of it. You are always Ananda. Here, once you know the truth, you are always Ananda. Because that's how it manifests. Because you have a mind, and consciousness will manifest in that mind. At our level of understanding, it's only manifest as being awareful of things. No, it will manifest as Ananda, fullness, completeness. This is what they say, my cup of joy brimmeth over. Yeah. My cup of joy is overflowing. Yeah. You. What else? Live as Ananda. Aur kya? Look at it. The paradigm of functioning. Now we are functioning with a paradigm of insufficiency. I lack things and I need to get things to become happy. I need to get something, someone, some functioning, some position, some place, some money, some home, whatever. I need something to make me happy, complete and happy. This is a paradigm of insufficiency, because I am insufficient and now I am getting. Once you know the truth, you are functioning from a paradigm of sufficiency. You are complete by yourself. Then you are going about doing things. Out of the fullness, you are doing things. No more insufficient. Your happiness does not depend upon these things. You are already Ananda. Now be careful here. People will try to make this into an attitude. Swamiji, this is a very difficult attitude to have. I am not talking about an attitude. I am talking about the natural result of gaining knowledge. So the focus is not to become like this. The focus is make your knowledge clear. Own up the knowledge, make it a fact of your life. This will automatically happen. You will start functioning with a paradigm of sufficiency. Work on what you are, on knowing who you are and what you are. Once that happens, this is a natural result of that. Functioning as Ananda is a natural result of knowing that you are Ananda and having that nishtha, being rooted in that knowledge. So don't try to cultivate it as an attitude. I must be content. I must be. Forget all that. Don't be content. Never tell your children about contentment. Why? He will get 35% marks. In grading, that will be probably C minus or C plus or something. And say, I'm content, no? You talk to me about being content. C minus, I'm content. 35% marks, I'm content because I passed. Don't. Too much of contentment is a bad thing. Work on prasada buddhi. That's acceptance of facts, acceptance of situation, acceptance of results. But I got a C minus, yeah, accept it. Don't blame yourself, don't blame your teachers, don't blame anything. Look at what happened and see what you can do about it. Finished. That's different. That's not a contentment we are talking about. That's an inner poise that you can handle success and failure. You can take both in your stride. Yeah. It's not that you are content with failure. No. You accepted failure. You win some, you lose some. Part of the game of life. So you handle things. That's entirely a different picture. Okay. So that's how you live. Expose yourself to the truth, to the teaching, expose yourself regularly. Nididhyasanam, owning it up. Job is done. That simple. Swami, you have been studying for 20 years, it's not happening. See what's happening inside. Viveka, Vairagya, Shat Sampatti, Mumukshutvam. See what is wrong, what is missing. See what is missing. Fine tune that mind. Yeah. Work on some psychological issues. Sometimes we carry issues like that. You know, we carry issues. Unresolved grief, for example. Unresolved grief. Because all of us have lost people in our lives. We all have. Who hasn't? Yeah. Unresolved guilt. Guilt is with respect to what we have done. And we all have done things which we shouldn't be doing. Which is not appropriate. Which is not in dharma. Why? Because we are human beings. We will make mistakes. And it's okay to make mistakes. But you have to deal with that guilt. It is not being without ethics. No. It is having ethics and dealing with the guilt that comes from it. I did certain things wrong. Can you make amends for it? That amends can be from a simple sorry to doing something, to mending something that has gone wrong, all the way to prayaschitta karma, etc. in the Shastra. All the way. Depends on what is necessary in your case. What is necessary? So guilt, pain. Deal with these are the major things that block. Guilt and pain. Or if you are very young, not having enough experiences of life. Yeah, that also can be there. So that maturity that life has to teach hasn't come in. You need to have a little bit of a broken heart, to come to Vedanta. Some unrequited love, etc. Some experience of it. It's good, it is good. Yeah, it's good. Because that matures you out. If you are capable of understanding one another human being, and that understanding comes in a romantic relationship. If you are capable of understanding one another human being, you are capable of understanding anything in the world. Now, if I was a typical MCP, I would have said, if you can understand a woman, you can understand anything in the world. But I am not saying that, because none of us guys really get it, okay? Not true, not really true. Sometimes I act as though I don't get it. Healthier for me to keep it that. So, if you are capable of understanding another human being, you can understand anything. Because remember, the traditional teaching is available for you. If the traditional teaching is available, then it is easy, if the mind is ready. So, if people are saying after 20 years I have not understood, then this is where you need to look into. What is the fine tuning that is necessary in your mind? Or have you not done enough nididhyasana? Or you are too much caught up in the game of life. Too caught up. Too caught up. I mean, you are doing all the good things, the right things, but you are too caught up in it. Step back a bit and say, hey, okay, it's just a game. Just a game. Or you are too caught up in your own mind. In fact, generally this is what happens. Caught up in life means caught up in your own mind. No? Overthinking every little issue. Reinventing the wheel all the time. Aiming for perfection in the thing, in the world, in your job, in your relationship. It's not meant to be. It's not meant to be perfect. We are living in an imperfect world. So your job, your relationship, everything is meant to be imperfect. That's okay. So when you live like this, there is no reason why you cannot gain the knowledge and be anandoham. Okay. Then he goes a step further. The result of this knowledge he is talking about. Vidyate hridaya grantihi chidyante sarva samshayaha kshiyante chasya karmani tasmin drishte paravare. Beautiful verse. Very beautiful verse. Tasmin avare paradrishte. In this finite being, I, who has recognized the para, the absolute, that I am not a finite being, but I am the infinite being. One who has recognized that. Tasmin avare paradrishte sati. Okay, paradrishte sati. Okay. Or you can say, that which is both para and avara. The absolute reality and the manifested world. One who has recognized. What happens to that person? Vidyate hridaya grantihi. Hridaya grantihi vidyate. All the knots in the heart are gone. Acha, all my blockages are gone. We are talking about the knots of the heart, not your artery blockage, okay? If you're getting your blockages after 60, 70, etc., you don't have to bother too much. Why? Peripherals are taken over. Your collaterals have taken over. So don't worry too much about it. If you are getting it before that, then you may have to worry a bit about it, okay? And do what is necessary. Anyway, that is about heart blockages. We are not talking about that. We are talking about Hridaya Granthi. What is Hridaya Granthi? The knot that keeps you tied down to samsara. That your heart is tied down to samsara. What are those knots? Avidya, Kama, Karma is generally presented as Avidya, Kama, Karma. Your avidya, self-ignorance, because of which you take yourself as a finite being. And I struggle against that finitude. Therefore, the second granthi comes up, Kama, desires. I want this, I want that, I want that. Because Ananda is out there, not I, it's out there. I have to get it. Then you become like Hagar the horrible, the Viking. Why you become like Hagar the horrible? One morning he gets up, has his cup of tea with his wife Helga and says, I am going on a raid to Europe. Do you want anything from Europe? The Viking, okay, he's supposed to be raiding and things like that.
Get some culture.
Yeah. And he said, well, if you are going to France, you might as well pick up some culture. Out comes his sword. Don't worry, baby. If it is there, I'll find it and get it back for you. We are all Hagar the horrible. We are all looking for Ananda out there. We are all looking for Ananda out there. Therefore, avidya leads to Kama. Avidya leads to Kama. Yeah. And with Kama, do you think you can sit down? You have 100 desires pushing you. Karma comes into the picture. And if karma comes into the picture, karma phala comes into the picture. And to enjoy that karma phala, some of it in this life itself, some of it next lifetime. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. To be born again, to die again. Punarapi janani jatare shayanam. To live in, to be trapped in a womb again for 9 months. Then what can you do? Samsare bahudustare. Oh God, Lord, this samsara is too much. Kripya pahe pahi murare. Oh Lord, save me. And the Lord is saying, why are you asking me to save you? There are so many teachers around. Go, learn, be free. I can't be everywhere. I am everywhere, but I can't be everywhere at the same time. Go. There are a lot of characters around available. Those dadiwalas are there, na? Learn. Sometimes with dadi, sometimes without dadi, whatever. Go, learn. Be free. You are already free. You are chasing your own tail. Yeah. So, avidya, that vidyate, completely gone. And now some nuances of that. Shidyante sarva samshaya. All the doubts are gone. All the doubts are gone. Because you can't have knowledge along with doubts. No? Knowledge has to be retrieved from doubt and error. That is what you have to take care of. So, clear up all your doubts. All your doubts are cleared off. Whether Brahman is Jagat Karnam or not Jagat Karnam. Whether Brahman is Satyam or not Satyam. Whether Saguna Brahman, Nirguna Brahman are two things. Is Ishvara different from Brahman or one with Brahman? How many types of karma are there? What is it? How real is the world? Are there really 3 degrees of reality or there is only one reality? Do you get the truth in meditation or do you get the truth in Shravana? All these type of doubts. Chidyante. No more doubts. Why? Once you know it for real, where is the doubt? The doubt shows that your knowledge is not clear. So once the clarity is there, your doubts are gone. And to gain that clarity, you have to resolve your doubts. That's why a discussion with the teacher comes into the picture. So, Chidyante sarva samshaya, no more doubts. And he says, Kshiyante chasya karmani. All his karmas are gone. All his karmas. A human being is supposed to have three types of karma. Okay. One is prarabdha karma, this lifetime what you have experiencing. All the things that comes to you unasked or asked also, as because of your prarabdha karma. What has begun, what has gave you the start in this life, what made you start on this life journey. This lifetime is called prarabdha karma. But you have lived hundreds of lifetimes, millions of it. Every lifetime you did a lot of karma. If it was a human lifetime, then you got karma phala. Most of it you enjoyed in that lifetime. Some of it was pushed forward for later time. So like that, millions of life things have been pushed back, pushed downward, carried forward. Like your data in your phone, no? If you have not used it for last month, they will carry forward to next month. No? At least in India they do it, some packages they do it. So similarly, karma carried forward. That whole lot of karma standing in your account of jiva that you are, is called sanchita karma. Sanchitam, that is your bank balance. Prarabdha is what has matured from that sanchitam to give you this lifetime. Things like the country you are born in, your parentage, what type of body you will have, male or female, tall or short, or something like someone like me, I just have to look at food to put on weight. These type of things are decided by your prarabdha. You have to undergo that fate. Whether you will get a good teacher or not, there is a fate there also in it. Okay, I am sure I got a good teacher only because of my fate. I have not done anything this lifetime to deserve it. So all this comes.
The fate of the teacher also.
Yeah, fate of the teacher also, to get a student like me. I was not an easy guy to deal with. I used to joke with my teacher that I gave him all his grey hairs. You don't have to worry because already become grey, okay? So this is called sanchita karma, prarabdha karma. Then this lifetime you are doing actions, which the result will come in the future. Future means 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, whatever. They are called agami karma. Agami, yet to come. Yet to come. So after my death, the agami karma will go and join up with sanchita karma. These three karmas are there in a person's account. Once you gain the knowledge, all these three karmas are gone. Swamiji, how can the sanchita karma go? It's all so much standing in your account. That also goes. Let us say there is a gentleman in Istanbul, okay, local guy. Okay. In 1980 he married somebody. In 1995 he married a second time, because he is allowed under the local laws. He is a Muslim, so he is allowed. He picked up his second wife. 95. 2005 he picked up the third. 2022 The Lord called him. Chalo. He died. Who is the first widow? First 1980, then 95. All are widowed at one stroke. No? Similarly, these three karmas are standing in your account. You, the jiva, is gone. No more jiva. Your limitless consciousness. Where is the jiva? Nahi hai. Not there. One stroke, karma is gone. But if karma is gone, should the body not drop dead? For the body, prarabdha karma continues for the body. This body started because of prarabdha karma. Therefore, that will continue. How long? As long as the prarabdha is there. So it looks like the wise person has prarabdha karma left. Not really. Not really. It's gone. But for the body it is there. And there is a mind attached to this body as long as prarabdha karma is there. And in that mind there is wisdom. That I am nothing but limitless awareness. With that wisdom the body continues. Whatever it is meant to continue. 70, 80, 90, 100 years, whatever it is meant to continue, it continues. But karma is gone. Yeah. So this will also explain why a wise person falls ill or something like that. Prarabdha karma. But the prarabdha karma is for the body, not for the consciousness. The wise man takes himself to be the consciousness, not the body. Body is only a vehicle. But the vehicle can have a breakdown. No? Because there is some new age thinking that says, if you are a wise person, you will never fall ill after that. Your perfection itself. Characters don't know what they are talking about, okay? The body is not becoming perfect. As consciousness, you are free from time and space, therefore perfect. But this body is conditioned by time and space. Therefore, any passing virus can get it. Why a passing breeze can get it, like how it got my throat in Rishikesh. I had trekked in the snow, nothing happened, but that day something had to happen. Prarabdha coming up. You have to have a camp, conduct a camp with a sore throat. Okay, done. Sore throat was only one aspect of prarabdha. The other aspect of prarabdha was getting half a dozen different types of treatments. From ozone therapy to whatever. I want to talk about all that. That's also part of prarabdha. Every wise person goes through this. You have to. What else to do? From different types of drinks to this. Okay. Enjoy the whole thing. Enjoy the game. What's the problem? Enjoy the game. It all comes from care and love, so it's fine. Yeah. So karma is gone at that level. So once you gain the truth, doubts are gone. All doubts are gone. Hridaya Granthi, avidya, kama, karma is gone. Yeah. Even kama, desire is gone. But we have seen wise people having desire. Yeah, you would have seen. What type of desire? What we call non-binding desires. Non-binding desires. What is it that you will like? Tea or coffee? Someone may choose tea, someone may choose coffee. Desire? Yeah. But it's not binding in nature. Yeah. If it is binding in nature, then it's a problem. Yeah. Non-binding. So the whole world is like that. Yeah. Non-binding desires. And that way you can afford to have 1,000,000 desires. What's the problem? It doesn't bind you. It doesn't make you feel less. It doesn't make you feel finite. You are free enough to entertain a desire. You are free enough to entertain a desire. That's the big thing. You are not afraid of it. Otherwise, when you start studying, no. I have to be careful. I shouldn't have this desire. Now I am a sannyasi. I can't afford to have desires, etc. You are free enough to entertain a desire. That's the freedom that you have. Avidya, kama, karma gone. Doubts gone. All the three prarabdhas, sanchitam, agami gone. What is left? Anandoham, or kya hai? That's in your life. Anandoham. Is there any other way to love? I don't know. I can't think of any other way. Okay. So think it over. If there are doubts, shoot. We will see other nuances next class. Okay. Om Tat Sat. Take care. Have a great time.